On fourth down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now out come the Steelers. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Here's Roethlisberger. Incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And the Browns getting set to go. Start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Johnson. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
First down throw from Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now from the 50. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Mayfield on first down. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Mayfield down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he's brought down after a good gain. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that. I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. David Bass in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Patriot!
Second down, Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his tight end in Njoku. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Mayfield. He's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. David Bass in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. That's going to be caught. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Duke Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Steelers set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen, because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll go again with Bell. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On the counter, here's Bell. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the on the line of scrimmage.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play.
What up, bro?
That's going to set them back 5
Not
yards.
much, man. The other night I ran into a couple of cats, man. It was pretty good in the park. Yeah, I was out there with my raw ass center. I said, let me go try this shit out. Just so happened the first try, they just stepping off a 9-game win streak. They was stepping off, and I just joined a park. I stepped on like because I seen one of they dudes step off, and they hopped back on. It was 2 shooters. I was like, oh yeah, we was meant for each other. We was meant for each other.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it was a .4 shot creator. And it was
they needed some type of a miracle there at the very
shot
end,
creating.
However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
What was he, a shot creating sharp?
You're exactly right.
Or a playmaking sharp? I can't remember. I think he was a playmaking sharp.
You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly.
But either way.
We both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh,
Or a sharpshooting playmaker. He was a sharpshooting playmaker.
Yeah,
he was a
sharpshooting
playmaker.
Moves them to 2-5 now
but
on the year. And they'll hit the road next
when I say, bro,
25
games in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Browns, they fall 2 games under 500 now.
Hell yeah.
And they'll get a home day.
That motherfucker sprung up there. I would have, man. I would have had more than that. The motherfucker stopped coming to the damn park. I'm like, oh yeah, it's dead time now.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow? I hit that motherfucker. You can't hear him? He got a knot tight with you?